All right, welcome to the call, everybody. Happy Monday. All right, so tonight we got a special treat. All right, so this young lady, she's already spoken on the call a couple times. She shared her story, very, very powerful, especially when it comes to being open and transparent about just life. But tonight she steps into a new role as far as teaching. All right. So when it comes to this business, in order to grow our checks, it's all based on how we teach our clients and how we teach our distributors. Because whatever we teach, whatever we do, they follow us. And based on what we teach and how we teach them, our checks grow from that activity. So I'm excited to see her step into this new role. And man, so fun fact about her. She loves food. I can vouch for that because every time I see her, she eating something. Yeah. And she is one of the leaders on the team. She's definitely stepped her game up the last few months. Wow. And that's one reason why I constantly reach out to her to, do something, whether it's anything, any kind of contribution. But she's a future global expansion team member. I'm excited to see her, take another step in that journey to that pin level tonight. So without further ado, everybody, please help me welcome Miss Stephanie Shephard. She's about to teach us all about the testimony and the button response. So go ahead, Steph.
What's up? So I'm going to be teaching about something we've talked about before, but just to get everyone familiar about it and more comfortable with sharing, because, this is a results-based business, right? So we got to learn how to share our results, both product and business testimony with potential clients or potential business partners and things like that. So I'm going to go into a few key things that we need to know in order to share our testimony with other people. And that is how you feel before you've hopped on, products. How did you feel? What was that like? What didn't you like when before you hopped on Herbalife products, right? What size were you? What were you unhappy with? What is it that you wanted to change? What were you excited about changing? And how did Herbalife come to the rescue? So, for example, I'll go ahead and share mine, and then I'm going to call on a few people to share theirs as well. So, before Herbalife, I was fresh out of college. I was a former athlete. I thought I had it all together. I was working out 2 times a day some days, but my eating was trash. I worked out all the time. We think working out is the key, and it's the other way around. It's what we eat. And I did not have any energy. I was the queen of taking naps. Monster drink and those 5-hour energy shots was my best friend. And yeah, what I didn't like was that I was like, what do I say? Like a French fry, skinny on the outside, fat on the inside, right? And I was just desperate for results. So I'm going to call on Takesha. Just share your before testimony before Herbalife. You can unmute.
Okay, on the spot. Before Herbalife, I thought I was a know-it-all. Certified personal trainer, competed, did 7 shows, so I thought I knew everything, and apparently I didn't know everything. And I was struggling with, body fat. Like if you looked at any of my competition pictures, my caps, my abs, and my traps was my most body part you could identify with. And Coop came to me and he was like, hey, just at least try the product, try it. So I was like, okay, let me try the cellulose and total control. And I tried the total control and the cellulose, and like within 3 days, literally it started eating at my body fat, my stomach fat. And I was like, oh, okay, it really does work. So, for years I brushed it off. Herbalife came to me when I was 19, when I was 28 and 32, and then 35, I was just like, okay, let's do it. So I'm excited to use the product, and I'm excited to share the product, and I'm excited to grow with the company. So
love it. That was amazing. All right, who else? Destiny. I want to hear it. I want to hear it, girl.
Okay, can you hear me? All right. For me, I would say I started like 3 years ago with Herbalife, just because a friend had asked me to try it with her, and then I don't know, I liked it. Got went to our workout little thing that we had off of Arden. Lost like 12 pounds in 2 weeks, and then fell off and started eating unhealthy again. And like she said, nutrition is I think the main thing that you have to worry about. It's not always about swimming. And for me, I'm not swimming. It's not always about working out. And for me, I was a swimmer, so I, had that swimmer's body when I was in high school, early college, and then I stopped working out as much, stopped eating healthy when I left for college. And when I told Monty that I wanted to start products again, I didn't have the money for it, but she never, pushed me away or anything. We always communicated. She always checked on me. And then once I was able to start, buying product again, I think more of the dedication to myself and eating healthy is what kind of got me back on track. And again, I'm already having results again. So, and I have a goal that I'm going to attain by January in Jesus' name. So we're going to get it.
Nice. Man, 12 pounds. That's an accomplishment, right? That's something to celebrate. So yeah, now we're gonna go into how we share our testimony after Herbalife. That's where we get all excited because we're fired up. We got some results, and watch when you see like the energy change from the before. How we share our before. It's like, oh, this is how I was, and dang, I felt this way. And then as soon as we share the after, the energy changes. It's like crazy. So I'll go ahead and share, and then I'll do the same thing, calling a few people. After I hopped on products, I'm not even gonna lie, I was so inconsistent because, like I said, I thought I knew it all. I'm like, I know what I'm doing. Like, I got this, And I was like, all right, Sabet. I don't have no results, so tell me what to do. So got on products. I dropped 3% body fat in my and lost 3 inches in my waist. So I was fired up because, I was like the straight up and down type body frame, and I just wasn't feeling it. And to lose those inches in my waist meant so much to me. It's just something about like feeling like a woman and feeling all curvy when you're known as the skinny person. So I was excited to like not just be the skinny girl. And my latest results, I've actually gained another 10 pounds. So I'm officially up 20 pounds of lean and muscle. I'm feeling thick out here. Can't tell me nothing. No. But yeah, super excited. So yeah, I don't even know where to go after that. But who else want to share some fire results? Mark, let's hear these results. Let's hear these numbers, man.
All right. So honestly, I'll go with my first results on Herbalife because I have had my ups and downs with Herbalife as anyone has. So my first results are Herbalife. When I got started, I was 188, very inconsistent with the products. And I got called short and thick. I was like, what? Who are you talking about? I ain't short and thick. What are you talking about? Like, so I was like, all right, let me get on this for real, for real. So once I started doing my 2 shakes a day, I was always consistent in the gym. But once I started doing my 2 shakes a day, maintaining healthy meals and healthy snacks around those shakes, I was able to go from 188 down to 163 in 2 months. After that, I got very consistent. Then I started eating whatever I wanted to eat. So this time around, you know what? As a distributor, should I go into that? No. Okay. All right. So as a distributor, I was like, I got to be a product of the product. I can't be out here flip-flopping like this. So what are you going to do? I was like, I'm going to stick to it, and I'm going to do what I need to do. Signed up to do a men's physique competition this year. I had no idea I still be training this long, but it's been an incredible journey. So I was, at the time when I started the training, I was 176. As of right now, I am 153. But the difference is, though, like, no one thinks I'm 153. Everybody thinks I'm bigger, and it's because of the way that I've trained with weights and the foods that I'm eating. So it's not even just about losing weight, because you can lose the weight but still gain muscle, and that's exactly what I've done this time around versus my first time around on Herbalife.
Fire me up, Mark. Who else wants to share their after testimony? Marty, let's hear it.
All right, can you guys hear me? Yeah, okay. Mommy has to talk, so can you be quiet, please? Okay, cool. I'm sorry, we're talking about testimonies, right? Okay. Oh God, I don't even know where to start. If you guys want me to be completely honest, I was a self-proclaimed gym rat, and I say self-proclaimed because I was like one of those people who spent 2-3 hours in the gym. I eat whatever I want. And just because I had lost like 10, 15 pounds, it was one of those things like I can eat whatever I want, but not knowing and steady wanting to get abs, like clearly is what I'm eating. So fast forward, my amazing health coach was coming back from this amazing event, extravaganza. She was fired up. She talking about some shakes don't make you lose weight. I was like, yeah, right. Don't want to hear it, Chelsea. And I secretly watched her. You want to do shake dance? Okay, you got to wait. I secretly watched her for 2 months. And when her pooch disappeared, I was like, okay, okay, so those shakes she was talking about, that's what made you lose that weight. And she was like, yeah, I keep trying to tell you. Fast forward, went to my first HOM, had pumpkin spice. Holla, it was November. My Herbiversary coming up. And I was like, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that I can drink these and I lose weight 2 times a day? Like, okay, sign me up. So I signed up. Again, not even really wanting the business opportunity, just on some selfish results type shit. Well, that turned into people at work like, wow, you're like so much happier, so much cheery. And I was like, yeah, I guess so, huh? Fast forward, what was it? When I first started, I lost 32 pounds, and it took me about 4 months. 6 months. Got pregnant at the peak of my health and the peak of my results. Stayed on my products the whole 9 months. I have an amazing Herba baby. I gained exactly 20 pounds. The day I gave birth, I dropped 15. And as of today, I am a runner. As of today, I have beat my own PR for my 5K by 5 minutes. I've dropped my PR from 38 minutes down to 33. So holla at your girl. Say holla at my mommy.
Yeah. Hey, pumpkin spice is my favorite flavor too.
Oh.
I'm mad at they downsize. They being selfish out here. No. Okay, so I hope you guys got some of those tips on how to share the before and the after. So if you didn't, I'll just recap that really quickly. So it's how you felt, what you didn't like, what size were you, what were you unhappy about, and how Herbalife came to the rescue. So what were your results after hopping on the products? How was your energy? I'm sure it was like through the roof after that because you're fired up about your results. And yeah. So now we're gonna move into business testimony. How many of us have made at least $1 in Herbalife? All right. Look, that's what's up. That means we know at least how to make some money in this business using our results and our testimony, and sharing that with other people. So I'm gonna go ahead and share mine, but a few key points to know when sharing your business testimony. And I personally like to share them with, current clients of mine, or just go straight for, people who are interested in the business opportunity. So where I'll start is, where were you mentally? What is it that you're going through? What was going on? What was your previous work like? Were you putting in $10 at a time when you go get gas? Could you afford to pay your bills, or were you behind? Like, I know me, I know I get tired of checking my account when I go out somewhere, and I'm like, hold on, can I even, I'm gonna just get some water and some bread, thanks. You know what I mean? So, so yeah, I'm actually gonna go right into my testimony. So before Herbalife, I was lost. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I was lost. I didn't think that this business opportunity was for me. I didn't think that, I would be like a great leader or teacher. And I know sometimes we have those like doubts. And that's just being real. I just didn't think that this was for me. But it only made sense because I wanted results and I wanted extra income. So if I'm gonna get results and people are gonna ask me what I'm doing, you might as well make the extra income sharing that with other people. So that's when I went on ahead and was like, yes, let's do this. And that's actually when I started taking myself more serious, because I knew that I had to be the example for other people to even take me serious as well. So I would definitely say that you have to take yourself serious in order for other people to take you serious. Like, you can't go about it as a joke, because then they're just gonna they're gonna follow suit on that. So yeah, and I'm actually just gonna go right into after. So hopped on products, got results, took myself more seriously, and I actually shared my first my first set of clients was actually my family, which I feel very fortunate for and don't take lightly, because if you've ever been to my house, there's snacks everywhere, cookies, cake, all the things that I love that won't get me results. So when I was able to change my household's life when it comes to fitness and health, and sharing those things with them, it was a game changer for me. So my highest check in Herbalife was about $600, and that gets me fired up every time I think about it. It might not be a lot to anybody, but that paid my car note, my phone bill, put gas in my car. I didn't have to do $10. You know what I mean? I didn't have to check my account when I went out to eat, and that certainty is in knowing that you can like build yourself up. Like, you have to be the example. Like, you got to do this for you. Like, we can't do it for everybody else that we sign up, or something like that. And we get to help ourselves. Like, that's the dopest part. If you don't like your situation, like, help you and then help somebody else, which is going to help you again. You know what I mean? So that was a major thing for me. So it also made me feel independent, like, I still live at home with my parents, but I don't like asking them for things. That just makes me feel like a child. I'm not gonna lie. And I know not everybody likes to do that. So when you make money that you've earned yourself, that makes you feel good, doesn't it? Like you don't have to ask anybody for help. You get to do the things that you want to do. Right, exactly. Like a boss. You feel like a boss. Like, and imagine just increasing that each month, doing a little bit more. So I would love to hear a few of you guys' businesses.
I'll go. I have to say, it's so funny listening to y'all talk about you guys before, because I'd be like, yep, show us over here. Anyway, okay, so financially, so my income testimony. So before Herbalife, I was living paycheck to paycheck. I was working for T-Mobile, and I have been with them for 5 years, and it was a great job. I just was literally struggling to put gas in my car. I was driving a 92 Saturn Twin Cam. That literally was my point A to point B car. I was still living back home in the Bay Area at the time, so BART was the first transportation, unless I had to go somewhere further. And when I found the Herbalife opportunity, just like Stef had said, I really wanted to not only get results, but also make income, right? Because I was literally struggling, like checking my bank account every time I went to pay for something, every time I went to put gas in my car. And I left church one day, had like my last $9 to put in my gas tank, and somebody blessed me and filled up my gas tank just because it was Sunday. I was like, oh, right? So that really woke me up to be like, I need something more. I need to do something. So when my very first month with doing the business, I made $110 extra, and though I had a full-time job, it was just extra money, and that $110 was way more important than what I was making on my check, because it meant that I helped somebody else start to help out their life, right? It meant that I was making a change in somebody else's life, and I really wanted to make an impact on a more massive scale, which Herbalife allowed me to do. So fast forward, within within a year and a half within the company, my highest check in Herbalife was $4,988. So I was super grateful, because at that point, I had replaced my income with my job. And when I had my children, I was actually able to stay home for the first 7 months of their life. And that was really important to me, because I did not miss the major moments. But when I went back to work, that's when I realized that I could not just be at a job 8 hours, 9 hours a day, and that Herbalife opportunity actually allowed me to be home and present with my kids. So I'm grateful that I got to be a full-time Herbalife for 2.5 years, and be present with my children. And I'm also grateful that even with the opportunity, I did go back to work, but I downsized my job, where I'm only working 2 days a week, and I'm only there for 4 or 5 hours a day. So I'm still able to be really present with my children, which is something that I could never, just something that I couldn't imagine not being present with them. And now that they're almost at the age where they get to go to school, it's not a big deal for me, where I'm like, I missed out there on their life. You know what I mean? So when it comes to a more compact story, that isn't the compact version, but I just wanted to share that with those of you who don't know that what the opportunity can offer for you, because literally whatever you want to do in this business is possible, right? And it just has to do with the amount of effort that you put forth. So that's my income testimony.
That's like so dope. I don't even have kids, and this is just really dope. So wow, that's crazy that we have that accessibility to like change our circumstances and how we get to live on a day-to-day basis. We have everything right here to level up our own situation. Sorry, they're watching the game in the back. But so I'm gonna get into the button response, and actually I'm gonna share a little bit about how I respond or reach out to people through social media, because I do get some button hits, And I do ask the typical, are you serious or curious? Because I don't want to share too much if you're not serious, There's been times where I've the word vomit, and it's just like, oh, they didn't even really want to do anything. So it's just like, why did I just share all of that? You know what I mean? So that's where we get to learn how to share our testimony, 30 seconds or a minute or 5 minutes, or longer if you're face to face or over the phone, but through social media. And I actually got this from Sabette. So I've been doing a lot of DMs lately, and I get, so hold on, let me go to one. So this is what I send out. I say, hey love, first off, you're bomb, or you're beautiful, whatever. You compliment. And then go into second, I just wanted to reach out and say thanks for supporting my page. I'm very passionate about helping others and wanted to know if you or anyone you know are looking to drop body fat, gain muscle, or can use some energy. Now, before I added the compliment in the beginning, I would just get a lot of seen, they just read it and that's it. But as soon as I started adding in the compliments, it's like first off, they're either going to say thank you or something. You get a response. That's, so once you get a response, you can, build the conversation up from there. But I do feel like complimenting somebody, especially if they took the time out to read, I was reading the thing, to follow you and, and, join you on your journey and watch your journey and all that. The least you can do is thank them for the follow or the support, because sometimes I'm not hitting just the new followers. I'm reaching out to, chasing the likes, on the photos, and you get to see like they feed off what you're giving them. So if you sound like a robot, they're not gonna reply. They're gonna read it and that's it. So the main thing I would say is to be you, say something that you would say, or you could even take what I just said and switch it up and make it how you would deliver it. But complimenting it, even in person, I've been getting out of my comfort zone because I personally didn't like face-to-face, and that's because I felt like I was the shy person, but I wanted to get out of that. And lately what I've been doing is just like, if I see, and us women know, when you see other women in the gym, I don't know what makes other women feel like it's like a competition, but it's really not, and so what I like to do is go up and say, hey, I like your leggings, or I see you putting in work, getting it in, and be like, I see you. And then, they'll tell you why they're in there. So a lady, actually, I did this a few days ago, and a lady was like, thank you so much, I've been in here trying to get this baby weight off. Like, she went right into conversation. I didn't ask her anything. I just complimented her, and she tells me, yeah, she's in here trying to get off this baby weight, and then boom, contact. Like, so you can do that with face-to-face or social media, and that's mainly how I've been doing it lately. And even with the guys, same thing. So just reach out, say thank you, compliment, and most likely they'll say thank you, or I do know somebody, even if it's not them, and they'll actually refer you. Like, I've had a girl screenshot her cousin's Instagram and she sent it to me. Like, I never had that happen. Normally they'll say like, oh, I know a few people, and that's the last thing you hear. But for them to follow through and be like, screenshot, here she is, like, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, okay, like, oh shoot. Like, so now that's more people you can reach out to and do the same thing. But just be authentic. I know we hear this all the time, and it's like, I don't want to say it's the hardest thing to do, because we're ourselves, 100% of the day. I mean, unless you're not, but find things that you're not like forcing it. You know what I mean? It should be coming out natural. You know what I mean? And people can read that. So, for as far as a button response, does anybody want to like role play one time? Chuck?
Let's do it.
Okay, I don't know where this is gonna go, so I'm gonna just go with the flow. But let's say based off this button right here, I have on lose weight now, ask me how. And say you see me in the gym and you see my button and ask me.
All right. How?
Oh, well, that's normally what happens. All right, so you serious about this? Like, do you come in here all the time?
I mean, like, I lost a few pounds here and there, but I want to lose more. So, you know, what's the button all about?
All right, so I can show you. So what I do is,
Are you a trainer or something?
I'm not a trainer, but I do teach people what to eat and when to eat to get the results that they want. What results are you looking for? Are you looking to lose weight or gain some muscle?
Well, I've been coming here the last year and I still look the same, but I need to, I want the stomach to go down.
Okay, I could definitely help you do that. You come here pretty often?
Yeah, I come about 4 days a week.
Okay, cool. Let's exchange numbers and let's set up a time to work out together one-on-one, and then I can show you what I do to get the results that I've been getting, along with a workout regimen that you could follow that fits into your schedule. Sound good?
Yep.
Okay, so from there, I just keep it short and sweet. I don't like to chop it up in the gym for, 30 minutes, because now I'm not sweating. Now I feel like I got to start my workout all over again. And I do that. But make sure you follow up with that person, because you don't want them to forget about you either. So that's personally what I like to do. What do you guys do when you have a button response? Or do you normally get button responses or through social media? And come off mute.
All right, so I know I'm in the dark right now, so you guys can't see me, but yeah, it's funny that I didn't necessarily have a button response, but I have some Herbalife shirts and sweatshirts made, and so last week I actually was in another nutrition shop with one of my friends at that shop we named Nameless, and totally delirious that I even had on an Herbalife sweatshirt. I was so tired, and one of the guys that worked there was like, "Oh, you do Herbalife?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do." And he was like, and I said, "How do you know I do Herbalife?" And he pointed at my sweatshirt, and I was like, "Oh my God!" Like I totally forgot that I had on this Herbalife sweatshirt, right? But I mean, I went right in for it, you know what I'm saying? And what was so dope about that was that based off my presentation, I showed them before and after photos. But what was so dope about that was that, I actually set up a time with him where we can actually sit down and talk about the business opportunity, because he was really interested, as well as product. So the thing is with the button, I can honestly say I've never had anyone ask me about my button, nor have I had anybody ask me about like ask me how to lose weight or anything like that. But I think that as long as you stay branded, no matter what, like that's your business. People are gonna respond to it. You know what I'm saying? So whether they want to know, do you do it or have you tried it? People are curious about Herbalife. So I personally in the beginning did not stay branded. I didn't wear the button. I thought the button was corny. But no matter where I go now, I try to have something Herbalife on me, whether it's a hat, a t-shirt, a button. So you just never know when someone's going to respond to it. So I definitely tell people into the business that are new, I don't care how corny it may look or you may feel, if you want that money show ain't corny. So wear the button.
Yes, love it. There's times I've left the house without my button and I like legit turned back around to go back home. Like I felt like my outfit wasn't complete. Like I used to think the button was corny, but now I'm like, I don't like now nobody can talk to me because I'm not branded, no button, no nothing. So, and what's even more dope is that I was in the gym, had my button on, and I had on the Herbalife 24 the Rebuild strength shirt. And this happened to me twice actually. Two coaches came up to me inside 24-hour fitness, and even though they were a coach already, what's dope about our community is that we have no problem walking up to people and like, hey, Herbalife, I see you. We family. I don't even know you. But that's what happens. And turns out it was one of Amanda's distributors. And so now we plan on working out, linking up, like, who knows, networking, whatever. But like, it always pays to be branded. You can just network, meet new people, whether they're another coach or a potential distributor or client. So,
and I want to add something else to the branding thing. Be cognizant on your attitude when you are branded, because I ain't gonna lie, a lot of times I have a really like don't bother me type look on my face, even though I'm a nice guy. Like sometimes I can carry a mean face, you know what I'm saying? Or sometimes I can just be in a bad mood. But you never know, like when you're in a bad mood and you're wearing something like that, somebody might want to approach you about it, but you over there looking like a stank, whatever. Ain't nobody gonna come to you and you all mean. I wouldn't want to approach somebody being mean. So when you are wearing it, be cognizant that you are wearing your brand, because your brand is much bigger than just your name. Like it's the whole experience. So, just we all got to be aware of what we're wearing. All right, I'm back on mute.
no, that's so true. Because I know I have like, my workout face, whatever that is. Yep.
All right. I actually had two different experiences. One with the button, one without. With the button, it's usually at like a store or something I'm checking out, and they'll be like, "How?" And I've been like, "Wait, what? What you talking about?" But once you get used to it, once it happens so often, it actually happens more often than normal. I'm like, "Are you serious? Or are you curious?" Like it just flows out because I've been asked so much, and I get different answers at times. But when they're serious, I ask them what their goal is, and then I'll ask them if they have a social media, or I ask social media first, just because people are more likely to give you that without feeling any kind of way before asking for a number. If they don't have social media, then I go for the number. But I ask if they're serious first, and then if they are or curious, I'll explain. I'll say, my wife and I help people get in shape. So I don't mention Herbalife right off the bat just because they don't really need to know that part. But, ask them their goal. If they ask you what you do, or you can offer that information, you help people get in shape or get to their goals or whatever. And like, I like how Stef said, I help people with what to eat and when. Like it's simple. It doesn't say, you're part of this company or anything like that. It's just, you help people with their eating habits. So that, that's what I do when it comes to responding to the button hit, as far as how, are you serious? Are you curious? If they're serious, then I say, what's your goal? And then if I have another moment, I'll say, when do you want to reach it? And then connect with them or get their contact information, just because we're flowing through the line pretty quick. If I have time, it may last another minute or so, but I keep it moving just because I can get my thoughts together for later when we talk on the phone, opposed to just, vomiting whatever. And then I've had some that's like, well, that they'll be like, how? And I'll say, are you serious? Are you curious? They'll say, well, I'm curious. Like, what is it all about? I say, well, same thing. My wife and I, we help people get in shape. Simple. And I'll ask them what their goal is. If they have one, if they're serious about having a goal, then, I say, well, we could talk about it later. What's your contact information? What's your social media? Follow up with them once we leave there. But I don't really go all into it, especially if they're curious, because they're just asking. So there's no point in coming with all these facts or anything. It's pretty much the same setup. It's just showing that you're serious about what you do and letting them know, and then connecting with them at a later time. That way you could, like I said, you collect your thoughts. That's something I like to do myself. So when I get on the phone with them later, I remind myself, okay, well, this is so-and-so, that this is their goal, this is when they want to reach it by, and then we go from there. So if I need to collect any information or something I could refer to them for or whatever, then I have that. But that's just something I do. And then as far as staying branded, I was in the gym the other day, and I was just lifting. And one key thing for everybody is, when you're focused on yourself, that's when you get the most attention. So like Marty right now, she's killing it. She got rock hard abs. I'm trying to get like her, chasing her right now. But, I was in the gym going hard, and you could feel when somebody watching you. So a dude was like watching me. Every time I look around, we eye to eye, like, it's kind of weird. But he walked up to me. He was like, man, you lift heavy weight. I was like, yeah, I'm getting back into it. And then he was like, are you a trainer or anything? And I was like, nah, I help people get in shape. And he was like, we talked for a quick minute, exchanged information, and it's that simple. So whether you're branded or not, the more focused you are on yourself and the more confident you are, the more attractive it is. I'll pass it back to you, Stef.
That's so true. Like, even if when it comes to just looking presentable too.
Oh wait, one more thing. My bad. And then once I told him, I was a part of Herbalife, he said, oh, I did Herbalife 20 years ago. He was like, I shouldn't have quit. So he was like, I'll be reaching out to you really soon to get some products.
That's so funny. It's like, I had a coworker who was like, that said the same thing. I used to do it back in the day. I had a team and everything. I'm like, why did you stop? Like, why? But also in the gym, I feel like when you kind of, look presentable, I know you go into the gym, I'm not saying, put on the full face of makeup or nothing like that, but, ladies, is put it up in a bun, ponytail, whatever, because, if you go, it's like when you go to a nail salon, somebody doing your nails whose nails don't look cute, or you go to a hair salon and the stylist hair is not combed. It's like, kind of look like this is what you do, so just dress the part. I mean, if not matching is your thing, look, make it work. Not match, stand out. But have a positive attitude, and you will get people just like that too, that fit that interest. But yeah, just look presentable, smile, don't have that stank face. But it is true, just like what Chuck said, when you look so focused, people see that. Like, it's kind of like tunnel vision. I'm getting these results no matter what. I'm not looking at what she doing over there, how she doing, whatever. But people will notice what you're doing. So I guess that wraps it up for testimony and button response. I'm going to pass it back to Mark or Chuck.
Look, Mark, I know he in your chips group, but I was, I'm the MC tonight. Mark got it next week or something. All right. So everybody, she can't really hear you, so just, give her some form of acknowledgement, clap it up, raise the roof, something, because it takes a lot to get on one of these calls and speak. It don't even matter what you're speaking about. even if you get called on, it's like, tell your testimony. It's a lot of pressure, but to get on here and lead a call, it's amazing. You're stepping out of your comfort zone. You're doing your thing. And like I said, something I hear a lot is the people who are in the front of the room, they make the most money. They got the biggest check. The people that speak on these calls, they got the biggest checks. So shout out to you, Stef. But amazing information as far as, you know, how to tell your testimony, business and product results. And on top of that, how to respond on social media as well, like how to get in them DMs. But it will all help grow your business. You just got to start practicing it, get in your books, and then also connect with your team. Get with your sidelines and connect and practice on how to say things or what to say. Because the more you do it, the more confidence you have. And people can tell when you're confident. Just like they know when you're focused, they can tell when you're confident and you know what you're talking about. So thank you all for getting on the call. It is the end of the month. Let's finish this thing off strong. Sabet, I know you got one tip to help these guys finish this month off powerfully. What you got?
Man, go the fuck to work, y'all. That's all I gotta say. Like, that's it. Everything you've been doing this month, I need you to double that in the next 3 days. 2 days. Because I'm pretty sure you haven't. I had a long talk with a few people today. I'm pretty sure you haven't been doing exactly what you know you need to do. You need to do everything 10x. Everything, all the effort that you feel like you is going to take to reach that end of the month goal, you need to do 10 times more than what you think is going to take, period. So that's it. That's all I got to say.
All right, she dropped the mic. But, hey, everybody finish the month off strong. Stay active in your chats, your client chats, your distributor chats, whatever you got going on, because the more active you are, you're setting the tone and you're setting the example for the people following you. All right, so everybody have an amazing rest of the night. Again, stay active, get these people results, and they will join the business. Peace.